Place. No!
Testing the boundary a little bit more.
Place.
Josh is
I don't want the
screaming
girl on me today.
because every time Gus touches us, like our entire leg and shorts get really wet because he's drooling. We did a play session last week. We couldn't get him to make a mistake. As you just saw right there, he tested the boundary a little bit more. A little bit normal as he starts to feel more comfortable here. Josh also was making it non-obvious. He was putting him on place and then walking away.
Is it?
Now he's gonna play with other dogs.
She's a good girl.
Her paw hurts.
Where's your toys? Where is the toys?
She's stepping on Frigger. Rig.
Rig, rig. Rig, rig. Hello! Look who it is! Rig, 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 rig.
So now we're doing some proofing.
Oh!
Oh, you know what we can do, Josh? We can work on the food stealing. I'll go get some food.
Right.
Because that's the number one reason he's here is he was stealing food from all of them. But he won't be able to do that if he's on place.
Stealing food from all of them.
Yeah, let me go get some food.
From their hands?
Yeah,
Crazy. Yeah!
that's a recall. That's a
nice
recall.
dog.
Josh was releasing him. I was listening, and he wasn't moving. So sometimes dogs won't want to release off place because they like laying there. But if you really need them to come to you, you can always recall. Threshold.
Ooh, look at that eye contact. Break.
Good job. So we've got some carry out
No.
chicken in that little box right there. Really good chicken too. And I'm gonna be upset if somebody eats it because that is my lunch.
It smells good.
Yeah. And so what we're gonna do is recall Gus back in. If he goes for it right off the bat, he's gonna get a correction. And then that's how we enforce and set the boundary for our house. You know, nothing is yours unless offered. You can't just randomly go up to things and assume it's there for you.
How are you?
He doesn't see it
Give me a
yet.
second. He smelled that. That's a strong scent. Good.
He
Good.
automatically is looking right at Josh. I think he sees it. He definitely smells it. Like Josh said, it's buffalo scented, so it's really strong. I can smell it over here. Go ahead and open it up.
He's breathing from his mouth.
He won't touch it.
Yeah.
Or you can close it now to protect it.
You can go ahead and talk. I haven't had this conversation with him, but you can fill them in as to why he probably won't be touching you.
Go ahead and shut it. Yeah, he won't touch it here.
This is your lunch,
And
right?
we haven't even corrected him for it. Here, I'll take it. Because of all the work we've done, we've set rules and boundaries and training in place. Everything is permission based. So, you know, here he is in his final week. We put a bowl of chicken on the ground. He assumes it's not for him because of the way that we've been living with him. It's not a lawless society here.
Yeah. Actually, let me answer that real quick. And you seen I told him not to touch it, right? I told Riggs not to touch it. She assumed not to touch it. She assumed not to touch it. So really, what the glue that's holding that all together is that what he understands that I get first access, right? As you were saying, permission based. I get to decide. But also he's thinking, if I grab that, it will start a conflict. It will start a conflict. And he's pretty confident that I will be the one who actually gets the food if there's a conflict about the food. So, the reason I'm bringing that up is because this guy, he's huge, but even if he was this size, he's coming up and he's going, taking food out of your hand. Right out of your hand. And there just must not be a conflict in his eyes that resolves in a way where he doesn't win that conversation and end up with the resources.
Yeah, he's gonna grab it and run away, and what are you gonna do?
He gets a correction, put in his place on the hierarchy, don't touch what's mine. Unless I give it to you, it's not yours. That wasn't established. And now he's huge. A little hint to anybody getting a big dog. You don't gotta wait till they're this big to establish that.
Yeah, it should be done the day you bring him home.
That dynamic in a relationship is going to come up through conflict as they age. So little things will happen. They'll try to bolt out doors, you'll deal with it. They'll try to sniff around the counters, you'll deal with it. The things will happen. Maybe they get up on the bed and you don't want them to. These are all confrontation, conflict over resources. similar to what they would be getting into. They would be getting into sort of disrespect and him seeing you as a tool to get what he wants, rather than a leader that he listens to survive in this life, right? So he unfortunately had a perspective of humans as a set of thumbs that open doors for him and get him things,
Pet
which
him,
is a
love
very
him,
common
but he
thing.
doesn't listen to them. Yeah.
But he needs to see somebody in the house, if not all the adults, at least, or all the people, at least one person he needs to see as top of the hierarchy. The same way I would feel if, you know, the president walked in or a cop walked in, somebody who's above me in the hierarchy of the world steps in, I'm going to give them control. He needs that in his life, just like all these dogs need it in their life, in order to be able to stay in harmony. Now, if I didn't take that position in the pack, what would happen when we expose a resource like this to them?
He would go
is
for
they're gonna
it.
fight.
Yeah.
Let's just say no humans. The dogs it won't be
For sure.
pretty.
For sure. Who wants him?
So I'm saying this because the correction I give him isn't fun or pretty, but it's a lot easier than what a dog's gonna do. Dog fights, when you get a dog fight, if you experience them, bloody, nasty, sometimes, you know, pieces are missing, their ears get ripped off,
Expensive.
like, it's bad. And so when they get going, it can be really bad. The thing that's stopping that is the
Your
police
influence.
officer, right?
Yeah, your
It's-
influence.
it's-
Yeah.
So it's worth putting that time in for the relationship to make sure, and it's your duty as a leader to keep that. So even if I'm having a good day, we've had a good month and we haven't had any issues, but today he's just pushing a little bit, we're gonna talk about it. Somebody in the house will say, we need to talk about this. How do you talk about it? Easy. Present resources. Here's a door. Oh, he's a little pushy on the door. Let's talk about it. Food, a little pushy with the food. Let's talk about it. Pushy on the walk. Let's talk about it. Not recalling properly. Let's talk about it. Meaning, I'm going to correct you until I see what I want. And if you're going to correct me for correcting you, then it's going to go to another level. All right? And that keeps the dog just don't with the boundary. Okay? He's a nice guy. Pretty nice guy, to be honest with you. Doesn't mean he doesn't have a backbone as he ages. He's young. He's young. But he's a pretty sweet guy.
He is. Yeah.
Compared to some of the dogs we've seen that are just a lot more aggressive. I just talked to him there.
Mm-hmm.
So I
No
did a
slobbering.
I said,
We got dry shorts on.
keep my space. Because he is assuming that because I'm petting you, it means close the gap. But it doesn't. I will gesture to him to come closer. Which I'm not going to do today. Good, because he's very drooly right now.
It's hot.
Good. Good boy.
Ideally, we would have had him in the middle of January.
Very nice. I really much enjoy him. He's got the same markings as my first dog that got me into dog training on that picture up there. Yes, he does. That's that Saint Bernard. So that was my Saint Bernard. Got me into training. Big boy. Ended up being 150 pounds, probably more than that eventually. And this guy's already probably pushing 160 or more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they get huge.
He's at a nice weight too. Perfect
But-
weight.
So yeah, so just let them know that's our dynamic in our relationship. You know, if I say no, listen. If you don't, there's consequences. If you give me a hard time for dealing with those consequences, then it's going to be even firmer. Just listen and everything's okay. That is tough love, right? So that's going to keep him in line. Riggs
Nice
knows
job.
all that.
We're gonna have to
Um,
mock now.
Yeah, I'm going to put on the place that one last time.
Okay.
Just to give him another rep, good boy. I love his mentality on a good note. He's really learned a new skill, stopping and looking. You see a lot of eye contact, a lot of connection with me.
There's the boundary.
Okay, I want to tell him to stay.
Don't come within
Stay.
6 inches of your personal space unless we want to get wet.
No, stay.
Don't slip.
Yeah, it's. Okay, so.
I also
this
would
is-
like to see you get a down rep in because he does a lot of auto downs.
Stay.
Like when we put him on play. See what I mean? I don't think we've ever
There's a couple
actually.
corrections there.
Okay, good.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna work on that too. Place is easy for him right now, and he just loves to be on that bed, so he chills out. The stay, you can see as I'm walking out of his vision,
It's wonky.
So that's a mentality. That's not I don't know what stay means, because he does.
It's riding a line.
All these dogs are smart enough to pick it up real quick. It's I want to be. I want to do what you're doing. I got phone. Where are you going? I'm going with you. But I just said, don't come with me. So I
So you
want
lay
to come
down.
with you. Don't come with me. So you can see my movements were pushing the mistake out in a fair way, right? So I was just kind of moving where you couldn't see me. He's like, I need to come to. What does he do? Makes a mistake. What, for the 4th, 5th time actually. Gave him a couple firm corrections, he lays down. Well, did he lay down in coincidence?
Unless we want to get wet.
No, stay.
Don't slip.
Yeah, it's... Okay, so...
I also would like to see you get a down rep in, because he does a lot of auto downs.
Stay.
Like when we put him on play, see what I mean? I don't think we've ever
There's
actually...
a couple corrections there.
Okay, good.
Okay, so... Yeah, I'm gonna work on that too. Place is easy for him right now, and he just loves to be on that bed, so he chills out. The stay, you can see as I'm walking out of his vision,
It's wonky.
So that's a mentality. That's not, I don't know what stay means, because he does.
It's riding the
But
line.
all these dogs are smart enough to pick it up real quick. It's, I want to be, I want to do what you're doing. I got FOMO. Where are you going? I'm going with you. But I just said, don't come with me. So I
you
want
lay
to come
down.
with you. Don't come with me. So you can see my movements were pushing the mistake out in a fair way, right? So I was just kind of moving where you couldn't see me. He's like, I need to come to, what does he do? He makes a mistake, for the fourth, fifth time actually. Gave him a couple firm corrections, he lays down. Well, did he lay down in coincidence? No, he laid down because that's the coping skill to stay, okay? I'm not gonna go where he's going. So it's a long way to say that was attitude. My attitude doesn't always look like this, right? It was just, I'm not listening.
Yep.
He heard me. Okay, he's not deaf and he's not dumb. Don't let him fool you. A smart dog will make you think they're deaf and dumb at times because it's very beneficial. All right? It gets them out of work, it gets them out of trouble. There's a, I don't hear you. So, I will start the down. The reason I didn't do it is because I said stay, I just want him to use the down as a coping skill. All right, so then he'll start offering it. So that's the problem. So the two big things we need is we need to be able to tell him, hey, stay. That way I can deal with the world, and guess what? That already solves your problem with food. Because if you say stay, then how can he get the food over there? Can't. And he's not going to teleport. He's not going to mind control the food and bring it to him. He's literally going to take his big body and walk to the food. If you tell him to stay over there and the food's over here, problem solved. Until he says, I'm not listening and I'm still going to come over here, then somebody needs to get up and do something about it in a way that makes him say, okay, I'm not going to do that again. Right? So, and I know what you're thinking, like, man, this is obvious. And it's like, I know it, I understand it's obvious, but it's not happening. That's why they come in. These guys have all been through it, so they're all followers. The dog comes in who's not a follower. They don't listen, unless they want to listen. If you make it so they want to listen, but that's not the point. That's easy. Nobody comes to me and says, I need help getting my dog. My dog listens he won't listen when he wants to. It doesn't even make sense. They always give you trouble. It's like when it's inconvenient for the dog or they don't feel like doing it, they won't. Period. So what do? We try to go get something that they want. Here's a piece of steak. Find something to make them want to do what we're asking. It's not the right conversation. Gus, good boy, come.
Recall to place.
Good boy.
If he doesn't lay down, you can ask him to down. Pressure's on.
Yeah, pressure is on. Place.
He had an ultimative there. He chose to
He
listen.
did have an
He almost
ultimatum.
ran the opposite way.
Good.
Good.
Stay.
Remember that scenario at home because he's going to test you. You've got to know what to do.
Oh.
Pressure on when he steps off. Recall back. Pressure off when he's
Very
on the
good.
bed. Stay. Good.
Very good. Good boy. All right. Very nice.
Nice job. We got a mop in here now.
Yes, we're gonna have to mop, maybe change the floors. Good boy. It's very good. It's very good. This is this type of like setups that we can do. I 100% encourage if you want to. You don't have to wait for real life to happen in order to establish those boundaries. You can set up a conversation right in your living room without the rest of the world being involved, or you can just set motivators that the dog, something that the dog wants. It could be food, it could be a toy, it could be a person, and you just say no to that thing while they're in the room, and as they go to approach that thing, then you correct because you already said no. Just like another dog would. And if you have that ritual there, and you come out as the guy who is more competent, and you get to claim that resource and send him off, in his brain he says, oh, this person might be the one who's going to call the shots. They're going to be the leader, right? Doing that kind of stuff on top of taking care of him, meaning you're feeding him, you're taking care of him, you're keeping him alive and healthy and loved, equals a good leader, okay? Good, good. You go without one of those, you go without the love of taking care of them and showing them that they're part of the family. You take that away, then it's just going to be a dog who they'll do what you say because you have punishment, but they're not really prideful. If you add that appreciation in there when they're listening, you get a prideful dog. However, if you just do, we love you, love you, love you, love you, you're part of the family, and don't do any punishment, proper punishment, I mean stuff that works, right? Gets the job done. Not stuff that, if you're punishing every day, it's not working. What happens is up front, there's a lot of punishment because the dog's bad and doing a lot of bad things, and then it fades off to rarely ever happening, right? So if we take away the punishment, then we got a bunch of other problems, just as dangerous, right? Where the dog's going to start eating off counters and stuff because they're just entitled. They're entitled to think that they can. Oh, there's something I want. Nothing's stopping me. Okay. Good boy. Gus. Great.
Nice job.
Wow.